Hello and welcome to another fantastic episode of the Beauty, Brains and the Bad podcast with Powerful Princess. And I'm so excited because today we are not just back, but we are back with a banger. We are back with something extra special, a super special episode, or rather season that is focused or dedicated to our current project. This project is particularly a campaign that is targeted at raising the leadership aspirations of young girls and women nationwide. And I am going to be having fantastic interviews, fantastic podcast episodes with the best women that we can find in leadership in Nigeria. I'm telling you guys, these women are the epitome of what we say beauty, brains and the bad. Women who are daring to win, women who are daring to break barriers in leadership across different sectors. And I am so excited for you to experience this beautiful production. But anyways, before I start talking too much, I have an amazing guest with me in the studio today. And if I want to start reading her entire bio, we would never leave the space. But I'm just going to give you a little insight into who she is, this woman that has so many accomplishments under her belt at such a young age. Like I said previously, if I start to read her entire bio, because this woman is so accomplished, we will not leave this place at all today. But I want you to note that Honorable Fatima Hamman is really the youngest contestant at the last House of Representatives election. This woman decided that her age would not be a barrier, and definitely her gender would not be a barrier to her chasing her goal. And that is exactly the kind of women that you are going to be hearing from during this series. But let's not keep you waiting too long. Let us show you to our beautiful, accomplished, and powerful guest, Honorable Fatima Hamman.
Nice to be here.
So we're so happy to have you, and you for splendors. And I mean, I don't know how you say it, but you just have this aura around you.
The grace of God.
It's projected power.
Thank you.
It's the grace of God. I absolutely love that. I love women who love God.
I love God, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk about leadership. Can you take us through your journey into leadership?
Well, once again, thank you very much for this very powerful platform. I feel it's very nice to be here this afternoon. My journey began at a very young age when I was involved with various school and community activities and organization. I always had a passion, in making a positive impact in the community. So, and then I began to do more involvement into politics and activism and advocacy. And that was part of my passion, which also led to me contesting for the House of Representatives 2023.
Okay, so I heard you say it from a very young age, but do you mind giving us an idea of how young really was this young age?
Okay, so I would say when I was in secondary school, and just about to leave to the university, and by the way, I went to the Queen's College, Yaba. So being in class, yes, repping QC, being a Queen's College student was one of the things that also helped me to take that leadership position, because you have the schools, a great population of students. You can imagine they have X, Y, Z, and it goes up on different classes. So we were all giving class positions. One would be the prefect and that. So so that's as early as I can remember, and then that led to me obviously now contesting for the House of Representatives, and moved on to that.
Oh, that was quite a jump, So you started from school to
yes, to get into the real world and taking various roles. Of course, I had worked in various institutions. Yes. So, but I believe being in school was the first part. The desire to lead was there.
Emanated from
Yes,
school.
from school. Yeah, getting involved in community and school activities really got me geared up that, wow, I feel this is something that I can make a change, to my community and to people around me. And also having that passion for it.
I actually love that. And people tend to underestimate how important leadership in school leadership is.
It's very important.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That's how people just start. That's how our next president, our next team of presidents are going to emerge.
Amen. Kamala, go Kamala Harris.
Go Kamala Harris.
For the America, but here for Nigeria, go women. Oh, well, that's climbing up. I wouldn't mind that. I look forward to it.
Because you've shown us that you were bold and you're audacious to marry and say, I want to represent, I want to contest on the House of Representatives in the election. What really just sparked that? And then you wake up a woman and say, you know what, I'm going to contest for this.
Yes, being the youngest contestant in the last House of Representatives 2023 was both exhilarating and daunting. Because on one hand, I felt it was like a great sense of pride and responsibility, and to be like the voice of the next generation, and an opportunity for me as a woman to be able to have my voice heard. It was amazing, although there were other challenges, which I'm sure we will get to that. Yes, but that was the first part of it, to go into that. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously your story is inspiring me, and I'm sure our billions of listeners, because I'm saying billions. Actually, I hope that this video reaches billions of young girls, because we have people like you to be seen, to be heard, because you're doing fantastic.
Thank you.
Talk about the road to get in there. I know you mentioned challenges, and we know that nothing's ever achieved or accomplished without going through some challenges.
Very true, very true, very thing. You see, that's the thing about life. In anything you want to do, especially in most leadership positions, there's always going to be challenges. So some of the part of the challenges I faced were age and a skepticism of like some voters, would they vote for a young lady and a woman for them? Well, I would say, a young youth. And then I would think, based on that, do I even have the experiences of all these older people, older women and older men? So that was that. And for me, it made me want to work harder. Made me want to work harder and talk about the main reason why I was voting, which were the community issues. That was the issues that mattered to them. So I really looked at that as a strategy to, having my voice heard, try to break that barrier, of being, I would say they would have that stereotype bias feeling of me, yes. And I focused on demonstrating competency, and through my work, through building a good network of people, creating very strong relationships with my colleagues, even if they were older than me, So when it's just like you're training a child how to read. A mother trains the child how to read. And when you see that the child is beginning to make words and make sentences from what you have taught the child, you will feel inspired. Yeah. So that journey also helped them to look at me differently. And of course, through that, I was able to have my voice heard.
Yeah, I love that. And I can just imagine you having to overcome not one, but two biases. The age bias, and then there's the gender bias. And you were still able to say, regardless of what you guys think, I know that I have what it takes to help you, create the change that you need in this community.
Exactly.
Yeah. With solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, this just shows us that, even though we have those biases that we would face, we need to move with intention, because you went there and said, no, what? Don't forget about what you think about me being a woman.
I'm confident that I will make a change. Yes, and help everyone around me. Yes.
I love how you said that, how you explained that whole story. Okay, so you've had quite a journey, in leadership, and you're still pushing through. So, what advice would you want to give like a young girl who is watching this right now and hopes to also take on leadership someday?
I think that's a very good question, because absolutely yes, advices are very needed, especially for people that have been on that platform before. So I would say that the advices I would give young, aspiring girls that would want to pursue a leadership position would be that they should embrace their selves, try to have the unique voice in any situation you find yourself, even at church, even in a school premises, in any leadership role. You need to embrace your unique voice, and don't be afraid to express your ideas in community issues that matter, and also seek mentorship that would build connection. Because if I wasn't mentored by people in my life at that position, I would have just been like going on a wild goose chase. So I needed to hear the advices of older people and stronger people and more connected people in the community, people that were there before me. So I showed that respect to them, because their word of advice were very, very supportive, and they provided encouragement and opportunity for me to grow as a leader. Then I would say also take initiative and get involved in leadership position. It can be a small start, but you can take a small role, and then from the small role, the passion for it can just generate to the other volunteering, different development skills. So I think that would work for starters. Just make sure you have a voice.
I love that you mentioned starting from somewhere, because a lot of people think that leadership is the only way you are like at the top, the highest institution. And think about it. You mentioned church, volunteering, school.
It could be a church, it could be a mosque, it could be at work. Yeah, it could be at work. They'll just say, a position is open for a manager, and you would feel that you can manage a group of maybe 2 people. Don't feel it's just 2. From 2 can be 10, from 10 can be 20, from 20 can be 100. So the confidence has to be there, yes. And the desire to lead will definitely take you a long way.
And then also I love that you spoke about how important mentorship is on this journey.
Very, very important.
A lot of girls don't understand that mentorship is so important. So here for someone like you, let's love this part. I believe now they understand that it's not just being said because it has to be said. It is what helps people be able to move
to the next level.
Yeah, and a lot of men we see a lot of men that are successful and really at the top. When you try to look at their journey, you see that someone who was holding their hand through the journey. So I feel like all women should really start thinking that way of, get a mentor, get someone who can, like you said, right?
Someone who can mentor you. It could be a spiritual mother, or, someone, it could even be your parents that see the good in you. It could be an auntie or uncle. It could be anybody, a leader somewhere in the society.
You can get different mentors for different things. You can get a spiritual mentor for your spiritual life.
Yes, because you definitely need to pray. You need God first before anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I love that. You really touch on all the salient points. And I mean, to see how far you've come, it's clear that you're not just saying, you know what you're saying. And anybody who's listening should definitely start applying. And then you said start with, you mentioned something, you said start with, is it an intention?
Yes, start with the intention. Yeah, there's an initiative. Talk about the initiative to get involved. Find solutions with your voice. Yes, empower your voice. Let your voice be empowered.
That statement, empower your voice.
Yeah.
And how powerful our voices are, because we underestimate it. But imagine all you had to just do was go to that community and say, my voice is important, my voice has to be heard, and you get talking, and they have to listen to you.
Yes.
Okay, so I love how much I've heard so far, and these are basic things that you need to know if you're trying to get into leadership. Obviously, Honorable Fatima is sitting on this chair today, it's not just because she's the leader, but because she has been able to break the barriers and get into political leadership, which is very important because we have very few women still occupying political positions in Nigeria. So now we want to hear from her the steps, the ABCs of how to get into politics in Nigeria.
So just as it is in Nigeria, anywhere else in the world, you would have to choose the party you belong to. Most of these parties have a goal, like you look at the situation of Nigeria and you say, who is the leading party here? Which I would ask you, which is the leading party here? So APC is leading, and you feel APC is doing well in Nigeria, or you feel APC is doing well in your community, you go to the party office and you can register. I think the youngest voter is like 18 years old or so. As long as you're able to vote, you're able to lead. So you get your party card, and then you register and make your intents known. When the time comes to elect new leadership, you choose which one. It's either House of Assembly, House of Reps, and all. But I think the 50% quota has been set during the Bwari regime, which entails that women have a 50% discount on their intent to vote and some of the requirements there. So it makes it easier for us women. Yeah. And but then
basically the quota says that when women want to vote,
when women want to take seats in political parties, I beg your pardon, there will be a discount. So yes,
whatever the cost is.
Wow, okay. So that helped me. And I think that should be still on. So there are opportunities to really get involved in politics. There are big opportunities. It's a very big community. You do so many things.
Yes.
Well,
okay. Well, so that just really all starts with the registry with the party.
Yes, party office. Yeah.
Your choice. And then you wire the party, and then you start getting involved in the party
decision making. Yeah, activities.
When it gets to election, you can now decide. Okay, I want to. But what would you say? Like, would you say that you have to start from maybe a particular, it's like grassroots leadership, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, for you to do that, you would have already developed your leadership skills. Okay. They have to know you in the community. Okay. They have to know what you have contributed in the community. That's very, very important.
So that's where the advocacy comes in.
The community engagement comes in, empower the community, get involved in helping, different causes, finding solutions, attending the meetings, know your ward, know how many wards there is. Like in Abuja, there's 22. AMAC has 11. Bwari is 10. So that makes it 22. So you need to know all this information about your community. So then the list goes on. Because there's a lot to do.
Yeah, basically give you a simple
breakdown. Yeah, pretty much breakdown. Yeah.
And anybody who is serious about getting to leadership right now already knows what to do, and that's literally the first step is register for political party. If you're not registered, then you're not serious about saying you want to get into politics. Yeah, that's just what you just said to us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that insightful breakdown of how to get into, I'll call it politics 101.
Politics 101, go for it.
All right. So before I go into the next segment, which is literally a very, very fun part, and I hope our guest is ready, I was just really, I had to ask her one more question, and I would just say, right, in what way do you think that having more women included in politics and leadership, in what ways can it really shape our political future, or even just our future as a country?
I think it's women in politics plays a very big role in the society. You're looking at a mother, you're looking at a role model. If a woman is, or a lady is in politics, she plays a very big role as a role model to many. And it also helps people to see you differently in terms of having this stereotype. So that barrier has been broken, for all the women who desire to say, oh, I have hope, I can see her there. So I have hope to also be a policy maker. I would say it also focuses on social issues. There are a lot of issues that are affecting women in the workplace, in the society. We're talking about age group barriers, sex differences, barriers, and all that women see and men don't understand.
Gender inequality.
Yes, you just got the word, gender inequality. So if a woman is in that position, she's able to address those issues. With our policies, she can solve a lot of those problems, and enhance decision making. I think also it's a good thing also in terms of global impact. because women in leadership can also influence international relations and global policies.
Yes.
Advocating issues like climate change, human rights, peace building. Those things are very important, and it contributes to the holistic and sustainable approach to global challenges. So there are many, many issues that a woman can solve as a leader in the society, that it will enhance decision making.
Absolutely correct. I believe that, yes, as she said, women's voices and opinions and engagement in politics and leadership is so important and vital for economic growth for any country and even on a global scale. So it was such a pleasure having you and
thank you.
Listening to you give us brilliant insights into this very, this very weighty topic. And we're so excited that you were on our seat, and you've been absolutely fantastic so far.
You're welcome.
It's you to go. We're going to do a little exercise. And
really?
And don't worry, it's coming too out of the ordinary.
No problem. I'm in good hands.
Absolutely, you are in good hands. All right, so let's get into the rapid fire questions, right? So the rule of this second is that you get to answer this question in literally 2 seconds.
Okay.
Right. So it's just, it's not a thing to do, it's just
do it.
Yeah, just do it. So we have 5 questions, and I'm going to start now, and the time starts right now.
Okay.
Okay. So one word that best describes you.
Empowered.
Ooh, okay. Your favorite leadership book or resource?
So it's Dare to Lead by Brené Brown.
Brené Brown. I love that book. Okay, she's on fire.
Yeah.
Who is a woman leader that inspires you?
It has to be right now. Kamala Harris has stolen my heart.
Okay. I love that. Okay. What is the best leadership advice you've ever received?
Being true to yourself and your values that will foster respect to to others and others to you, vice versa.
Okay, love that. Finally, the last question. What is that one thing you cannot start your day without?
Meditation, journalism. So I like to meditate. Sometimes I do the yoga, and I also pray a lot. So when I do that, I make notes to do. When you do that, you feel refreshed. Your brain just starts to function better.
Meditation and journaling. Okay, thank you so much to the beautiful and brilliant Honorable Fatima Hamman for your insightful conversations this beautiful day. And before I let you go, again, can you just say a one-liner of an advice that you can give, that you want to give to the young girls who are watching this video right now?
So to all young women, be ready to embrace leadership. Embrace your challenges and your opportunities, because there will be challenges, there will be opportunities, and there will be opportunities to grow better than the challenges, because every challenge is the next step for growth. Yeah, and be authentic. Okay. Don't give up.
Absolutely love that. So you guys, you have heard from Honorable Fatima Hamman. Thank you so much for listening.
It's a pleasure.
And we look forward to hearing the feedback, because I know this is going to inspire a lot of young women. And yes, how can they reach you to connect with you?
Okay, so you can connect with me on Say Fatima.
Say Fatima, is that on Instagram?
Yeah, that's actually on Instagram. Say Fatima.
Say Fatima on Instagram.
Yeah. Say_Fatima.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much once again.
All right. Pleasure.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow us across all social media handles at Beauty, Brains and the Bag for more leadership tips and inspiring stories. Remember, you are not just pretty. You are pretty powerful. Stay pretty and pretty powerful.